welcome Star Wars fans all across the galaxy. This is Uneducated Star Wars Talk, brought to you by the Uneducated Network. I'm your host, Chris Lambert, and thanks for making me a part of your day. Now, we finally get to talk about The Last Jedi. Finally, we've seen it. I hope you've seen it. I've seen it. Plan on going to see it a couple more times. Probably another time. I want to see it at least another time before I give y'all my spoiler review. But today, we're going to do my first thoughts about The Last Jedi, how I feel about it after my first viewing. And I'm going to try to keep it spoiler free for just in case you haven't seen it. And like I said, I'll talk spoilers and more in-depthly on it after I've seen it at least the second time. I try to want to hit it more a couple times before I get a spoiler review to y'all, but I'll at least do it one more time to see anything you missed. Because you can't just see a Star Wars film once and get everything out of it. But I got out of it, for the most part, a lot of things. And overall, I love the film. Was figured I would love it before the film even came out, but the film was great. Great movie. Shout out to Ryan Johnson. I see why they gave the man a trilogy of his own, and excuse me, I'm kind of sick. That's why this is coming out pretty late. But I see why Disney entrusted Ryan Johnson to give us another three movies that he's gonna create. Because Last Jedi was great, and for the most part, like I said, it hit everything. I wasn't completely right with every little prediction I had, but a lot of things I was right on because the story called for it. It wasn't a rehash of Empire, even though thematically, I guess you could say, they had some of the same, hit up along some of the same beats, but we already knew that with the training stuff from Rey and Luke from the Empire. But so that wasn't a problem. Overall, like I say, the movie was great. A couple things I didn't like it. I didn't like about it, but it was like not big thing. Well, one thing was pretty big, and that was kind of Snoke. But overall, Snoke looked it great. I was really impressed with the visual effects and the CGI with Snoke. Snoke looked it great. It was just some story stuff I didn't really care about Snoke, but I won't touch on that now. But Snoke is one problem I had with the movie. Even though he looked great, I was really impressed with how good he looked. Because especially compared to last movie in The Force Awakens, he looked it. And I know he was just a hologram in that one, but this movie he looked it great in person, and he looked it like an actual disfigured person. And if you haven't seen that, like, yeah, Snoke looked it great. But that was one thing, and it wasn't like it didn't break the movie for me because, like I said, I still love the movie. And even for non-Star Wars fans, I think this movie is just a great movie. And Ryan Johnson, like I said, I can't say enough about him right now because he did a great job with this movie, and we see why, like I said, why he has three movies that he's gonna be able to create all from his mind, and because this movie was so great. But touching a little along with Ray's part in the movie was great. I'm not like I said, I'm trying to dance around spoilers and anything of that nature, but Ray really impressed me. I knew she was going to do a great job. Well, I didn't know she was going to do a great job, but I expected her to do a great job based off of her performance in the last two movies I seen her in, because I did watch Murder on the Orient Express, and she did okay up in there. In Force Awakens, we loved her in there. So I expected her to do great, but she really impressed me. Luke did a great job. It was a story about them two being in consideration for Oscars, and I see why, because they did a great job. Even Carrie Fisher did a great job with as her last roundabout as Leia. Rest in peace to her. She had great parts in the movie, and there's a moment with Leia that I'm not gonna say right now, but when it gets to that moment, it's just fist pumping, and yeah, that was a great moment. The Leia moment that you probably have seen, but if you haven't, wait for that moment because that was a great moment. Poe Dameron, he was great in the movie. Finn and Rose, they was pretty good in the movie. I did have a problem with the secrecy behind this DJ character. Well, I'm still calling him DJ. I actually don't remember his name in the movie because I didn't care for Benicio del Toro's character, the Slicer guy. I didn't care for him. Like, we was maybe that's fan expectation. That's why I'm trying to juggle that. Like, our expectations of stuff and You know what I mean? Like what they've actually said and what we just expect from people because they're big name people. And Benicio del Toro, he's not a household name, I don't think, but he's a big enough actor to where he's in a Star Wars movie. We want to know what he is, and like his character to me was a bit of a waste. He was. I'm not gonna say that. A bit of spoilery, but um, that's another thing I felt that he could have did better. Was Benicio del Toro's character was a bit of a waste. Finn and Rose, like I said, they was great. Rose was great from the first time we seen her. We knew her sister gets taken out early in the movie. We knew that from articles and stuff like that. But when that moment came, that was a great moment. Like I say, Poe was around during that moment, and like I said, the movie was just great. I can't wait to do my spoiler review. I'm gonna wait, like I say, till I see it at least one more time. That'll probably be sometime during this week, so be on the lookout for that. What do you think about the movie? I'm trying to think the Ray. I really want to talk about the Ray and Luke scenes. Luke, like I said, was great. He had a lot of big moments in the movie. In that last Luke scene, I'm not gonna say, but this scene with last Luke really impressed me. I, one thing that I wanted to happen didn't happen, and I'm okay with that. But because it picked up in some other areas, but overall, this movie was great. You should, everybody should go see it. Right now, it's standing at the number two opening, behind The Force Awakens in Thursday opening nights at 45 million. I believe The Force Awakens made like 52 million or something like that. So I think it has a chance maybe to catch The Force Awakens with opening weekend. I think Force Awakens made 240 or 250. I believe it might be 240. I don't. The Last Jedi. It was such a great movie, and I think people hearing how great it is will help it. The Carrie Fisher. This is her last movie. I think that'll help it. I think it has a chance to at least come close to the Force Awakens. I don't quite think it'll break it yet. So gauging off the crowd, from when I seen it, it wasn't like a super packed in crowd. And I've been to the movies at the same movie theater and seen bigger crowds for other movies. Out of Force Awakens, but I think it'll come around somewhere around 220, 230, 230. This last number I said. I think it'll come close to the Force Awakens, but not quite break it. And coming in around that $230 million mark for this opening weekend. But that is a success. The movie is a success, and I can't wait to see how it stands the test of time, basically, and see how better it gets over more viewings, how better it gets once we able to sit at home and really digest the movie scene for scene, how we love to do as Star Wars fans. But overall, off of first viewing, really loved it. Don't know if it's my favorite right now. Like I said, got that test of time to stand, and I'm super excited to go see it again. I can't wait to go see it again to pick apart little things that, because the first viewing of it, viewing it as a Star Wars fan. Now I can't wait to getting back in the theater and view it as a movie fan, not just a Star Wars fan. Because you had the exciting feelings of going to see a Star Wars film. You had all that in the play the first viewing. So maybe I don't like it as much after my second viewing, but I really doubt it because I love the film right now. I can't wait to go back and see it, like I say. And so let's see if it passes that test of time. And like I said, I think it will. But I can't wait to get back in the theater and see it. Let me know in the comments how you felt. Let me know in the comments your predictions and stuff if you haven't seen it yet and go and see it. But this is Chris with Uneducated Star Wars Talk, and I'll see y'all next time.